So Jadakiss dropped his new album, Ignatius. Uzi and Meg dropped also, and yeah, I am judging you based off what you chose to listen to out of them three. Yeah, this probably is the best album out of all three of those artists, without me even listening to it, just me being biased. Now Jada, he dedicated this album to his best friend Ice Pick, who died, who was his manager. This album, I'm not saying it's whack, but it ain't a classic. And I'm a diehard Jada fan. I mean, you gotta be, you know what I mean? I don't see how you could be a real hip hop fan. I've been listening to Jada since the late 90s. I could quote verses verbatim. Me, Jada's at his best when he's going at it with the beat, attacking the beat like a boxer, metaphors, punchlines, up tempo shit. This was a slow, smooth, grown and sexy, old, distinguished gentleman at the bar with the long cigarette and a cup of cognac type of feel. It had a mixture of that plus sadness. He dedicated this album to his best friend who died, and I just get the feeling that it was a lot of downers on this album. It was some songs on this album that just kind of made me sad. I listened to it at the gym. Halfway through it, I had to cut it off because you at the gym, you want to hit some up tempo shit to get you going. This wasn't one of those albums. Not a trash album, but it's some cool joints. Like I said, I like Pearly Gates is a cool intro. We got the vintage Jada I was talking about. Hunting Season with Pusha T is dope. Me, that was the first single. I played that for like 3 weeks straight. The production and the sample on that is bananas. Out of all the smooth, slow joints on here, I like the Anime the best. The joint with Ty Dolla $ign is cool. The joint with 2 Chainz is cool. The joint with Ross is nice. And then you start getting to these sad joints like My Condolences, Government Cheese with Dage Loaf, the unnecessary but okay joint with John Legend. It was just like, I don't know. It gave me the same vibes that T.I. did when he did Paper Trail. I think that was the first album he did after his best friend Falant died, and T.I. was just, you could obviously tell he was grieving through the album, and he was sad, and he made the whole vibe of the album sad, and it just threw people off, and I kind of got some of those vibes from Jada. It's like it's possible to dedicate a project to a loved one and not make the whole vibe sad, but it's just certain sad records on here where I'm just like, damn, like, come on, cuz. like, the bars are still there. Never had a whack verse, never. But it was a debate on Instagram, and we were talking, is he top 5 dead or alive? Because that's what he calls himself, and every rapper should call himself that. You're supposed to think you're the best. But I was like, yeah, as lyricist, he is. But what separates Jada from Big Pun, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, the great lyricists, they got classic albums that are revered, that everyone can agree on. You can't deny Illmatic, Life After Death, Get Rich or Die Trying, Capital Punishment, so on. Jada doesn't have that. That would be the only knock on him. Consistent for 20 years, can't take that away. But he don't have that one classic that everyone can agree on. I think his best album is Kiss After Death. This ain't Kiss After Death. It ain't his last joint, but it ain't the best he ever did. And like I say, somebody was like, the weakest excuse, oh, he didn't have good production. I'm like, are you serious? His first album alone, he had Pharrell and the Neptunes, Just Blaze, DJ Premier, Alchemist. I'm like, nigga, it wasn't a hot producer in 20 years that Jadakiss didn't work with, that everyone else was working with, doing crazy albums. So I don't want to hear that. Because like I say, when it comes to catalog, he don't even got the best catalog in his group. It's Styles. And I like Jada as a rapper better, bar for bar. But when it comes to albums, Styles got the better albums. And I think most Lox fans would agree. Unless you're just a stan and you just want to, unless you on Jada's payroll, Styles puts out better projects. And this was another one where I was just like, it was cool. I like the songs, some of the songs on there. I named them off, but he still doesn't have a classic. Let's put it like that. And it's a cool album. I give it 6.5 out of 10. Between a 6.5 and a 7. I can't give it no higher than that. It's cool for what it is, but it's not groundbreaking. It's consistent. The bars are there, but the vibe was just, and like I say, Jada's not known for that grown and sexy smooth shit. Ross does it the right way. Currency does it the right way, because they smooth it out, but then they come and throw a banger in there. They do it the right way. They perfected that grown and sexy type of sound. Jada, that's not what he does best. And he got away from that, and I'm like, I applaud him for trying something different, but testing the waters, but that's not what I look forward to when I hear a Jadakiss album or a mixtape. I want to hear some up-tempo shit. And I didn't get enough of that on this album. So Like I said, I give it 6.5 out of 10. But and with all that being said, I'm pretty sure it's the best album that came out today on March. What the fuck is it? March 6th. I'm pretty sure it's the best album that came out today. Cause I damn sure ain't listening to Megan Thee Stallion. Or and don't get me started on fucking Lil Uzi. I don't listen to niggas with purple hair. But it was a cool album, man. It is what it is. And Ignatius, rest in peace, Ice Pick. No Styles or Chic on this album. That kind of was like, oh, because we're gonna get a Locks album. I'm looking more forward to the Locks album, to be honest with you. Locks albums don't disappoint me. I wouldn't say I was disappointed with this, but it was a cool record for what it was. That's all it was, man.